Welcome down to the shop, everybody. This is Prop Live from the shop. I'm Bill, and today I'm going to work on a new costume for Emerald City Comic Con coming up in about a week and a half. So I got to get it done. I'm going to be doing this guy, rather. I'm going to be dressing up as this guy. I would be so lucky. Han Solo, old man Han Solo. I got a jacket. I commissioned someone to make a really sweet jacket. I've got a shirt on the way. I've got some pants. I have this gun, actually. Let me grab... For this one, I'm going to be doing a really cheap version of the gun. I'll be redoing a nice one later, but I need this soon, so I bought the toy, and I will be repainting that. Look for that in a future video. But the thing I don't have is the belt, and I need one soon, and I'm going to make it out of leather, but today I'm going to pattern it using foam, of course. I've got a roll of 2mm craft foam here. I'm going to use this as a pattern, and then I can fit it to myself, and I'll bring it to the leather store, the pattern, so I can buy enough leather to make my belt, and then I will make the belt. To get started, I have a couple of references. This is the Force Awakens version that I'm doing. This is scaled up to the appropriate size, so I can use this as a template. And then this is the older movies version that Anovos made. There's quite a few differences, but the functionality of it is the same, so I'm going to use that as kind of a reference for building the shape of all the leather pieces. But first, I need to make the hardware. This is the buckle, and then there's a buckle on the back, so I'll make a pair of these. I'll make the pieces right here and the part right here that attach the belt to the buckle. And I'm going to template those as well. The final versions will be made out of aluminum, but I've got some other material here. Whoop. This is some Sintra, which is a foamed PVC plastic. I'm going to use this to make the template for the buckles as well, so that my template that I'm making today, I can actually wear it, and then I can take that, again, like I said, to the leather store and buy all the leather I need, and then take these little pieces to the hardware store and buy some aluminum. So let's get started. Alright, so this really fast, I made a little template, and that goes roughly about there. And I'll use this to make the front and back buckle templates that I will later use to make the final versions out of aluminum. So what I have now are all of the buckle parts templated out in paper, and I'm going to transfer these to plastic so that I can actually assemble them and see how they all fit and work out before I do the final in aluminum. So we've got this part here, which is going to attach to the belt that will be attached permanently to the buckle. We have this part here that will attach to the belt, but it has a little keyhole so that I can detach it from the buckle and get out of this thing. And then this is the part that straps the holster to the belt, and it will also be detachable. So now I'll just put all of that onto some styrene or PVC plastic and test it all out. Cutting out these plastic pieces here, these are my template pieces I'll use for the aluminum later, mostly just to figure out if this functionality works. I've got these little keyholes and little machine screws to hold them in place. So yeah, I'm gonna just cut these out. This Sintra plastic that I'm using is very easy to cut out with just a really sharp knife. The holes there I just punched out with my leather punch, and then I'll connect those after I've cut out the rest of them here, like that. So yeah, this part's pretty easy to just cut out by hand, and it doesn't need to be really pretty. This is more of a functionality test than to make sure it looks right. Yeah. So here's the template for the front buckle. I've got these pieces here that will be able to slide off so that I can unbuckle the belt from behind. There will be another plate that covers all of these parts here, and the back buckle will be nearly the same, it just won't have these side parts there. So I'll get to doing it. Alright, so I've knocked out the back and the front, and now I just need to figure out the strap that goes between them, and then the holster part that goes down here. And those will be done in foam, but I have these parts here so I can put them upon my person and measure how long those pieces need to be. And these are fairly simple shapes, and I'll just get those worked out here. But again, these are just little plastic templates. Eventually they'll be made out of aluminum, and I'm just making some foam templates for the leather, and then I can go buy all my materials. Bing. So I cut out a couple of straps. These are to simulate the leather, and I just used some double-sided tape here to stick them to the back. And now I can put this around my person, around my middle bits, to figure out where they're going to meet in the back. And this is where it helps to have a friend. So I'll do that, and then I'll know how long these need to get trimmed. Tell you what I can do. I can put screw heads back here, have screws coming through, and have this be a little long and have a pair of holes.
Great.
So I could
just like a couple inches.
Yeah, so that both pieces could go in or out a little bit. So if you figure out where this can meet up with that line. So if this goes around and meets up with that line, that's as long as it could be.
Okay.
So if you could figure that out, that would be awesome. And then just mark it.
Sweet, and then if it ends up a little longer, you can always trim it down later.
Yeah, and I'll cut it longer anyway.
Yeah.
And I'll put a bunch of holes in there, and then I can make it adjustable.
That's great. That way you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, and if someone needs to borrow it, they can maybe adjust it.
Oh, that's true.
Here's that. So I will hold this where it needs to go, and then you take that, and you can figure out where those need to go. So here is the belt without the holster, but it's all put together, and I can try it on. And it's inside out. Did I put it inside out? I did. I need to flip this part around, but basically this can go on me now, and we can trace out a shape for the holster. So that's what we will do next. Cosplay is serious business. Oh crap, this is moving.
His gun looks pretty low, like where it is. Like,
yeah, it actually goes over his knee,
yeah. Because there's quite a gap here.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. That's why it helps to cosplay with a buddy. Alright. So here is the belt. It's all foam. This is the paper template that Brittany helped me make. It goes right over here, and it looks like it's pretty good. The ends are going to be a little long, the end up front and the end up the back there, so I can adjust it a little bit, but it looks like it's hanging just about in the right spot. The gun is going to go right there, pretty much right in the right spot. And I'm not going to make a craft foam template, I'm just going to use this paper template and then call it good to go. Yeah, so that is my template. That's what I'm going to use to go make the final pieces. There we go. That is our really attractive looking Han Solo belt. And it's perfectly custom fit to me. Now I know exactly how much leather I need to buy. I need to know how much aluminum to get, so I can just take these pieces with me to the store and get exactly how much I need and exactly the right shapes that I'll need, and be confident that when I make it, it will totally fit on me. Thank you guys so much for hanging with us on the live stream today. Of course, go to twitch.tv/punishedprops. Give us a follow over there if you want to catch these. We do them Tuesdays at noon Pacific. We have our live stream Thursdays at 5 Pacific that we will be doing, of course, this week too, over on Twitch. And yeah, that's it. I'll be putting together my Han Solo costume for Emerald City Comic Con. I'll be doing a couple panels there. I hope I get to see you guys there. And until next time, measure twice. Try not to hurt yourself. Very good. Okay.